Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. I'm here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, Coudert Clubhouse. We having technical difficulties already. She doesn't know how to set up. This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. She's talking to the microphone. All right. So today we're doing like an interview version of my podcast, which I rarely do. I usually have like a whole table full of people, but today I'm gonna have to do this interview. I have a special person here. This person used to work here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, and she comes around for volunteers here and there, and I know she misses the kids and some of the staff.
I do.
And mind your business, don't talk when I'm talking. And now she's still going to college, and she's in, I don't know what field you're in, but I know that she's coming in and getting some extra hours, and she'll explain to you what she's doing. So just tell us your name and you don't have to tell us your age, but tell us your name and when you used to work here.
My name is Ayesha Rasul. Yes, I'm proud of my last name.
Well, she gave us a whole government.
Yes.
Okay. She gave us the whole government. All right, we give her a little claps for that. So Ayesha Fatu?
So I used to work here. I started working here in 2017, and I left.
You left for good reasons or bad reasons?
I left for good reasons.
There's never a good reason for leaving.
That's true.
It was a trick question. No, but I remember you leaving because of family issues.
Yeah, my dad was really sick, and I had to take care. He still is really sick, so that is what I'm currently doing right now. Okay. I'm at home taking care of my
Hope
parents.
he's doing better?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Because if not, I was going to blame you for it since you were taking care of him. So he's doing better, which sometimes you have to sacrifice for the family. And you had to do what you had to do. That's
true. I used to work here, and I started working here in 2017. And I was actually introduced to the job by Jackie. She also used to work here.
I remember Jackie.
Yeah. And when I started working here, I was very surprised. And I was actually thinking about this the other day. It's crazy how you can go from a beginner to a trainer, mentoring someone else, to then becoming an alumni.
Ooh, yeah. I think I reach all those charts. I've been everything in the book. I've been here.
Yeah, and it's wonderful to be able to come back with no negative energy. I still feel the love in the place. Everybody treats me with kindness. I'm very much welcomed all the time. And the kids, you've seen the same faces and even different faces, getting to know them, speaking to them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Plus, I think now that some of the kids that you've seen, 2 or 3 years ago are now staff members.
Yeah.
So that's crazy, because you were like, stop doing this, stop running around, don't eat all your lunch in all the classrooms, and now they're like staff members.
Right, and even SYPs that worked in my group when I was here, they're staff members, and that's crazy. It's like, wow, things have changed, and they're good changes. So.
Yeah, I just have to ask you this question. It's just for me only. But who was your favorite boss?
Oh no.
Who's your favorite boss? Who made you happy when you worked under them, huh? Just let me know.
Why are you putting me on the spot? There's so many of you.
I say it for myself. She was a good employee. She worked in my group, and we had a good time. We taught these kids a lot. But at the same time, we were all learning from each other, which was kind of cool, and we made it fun, for the 5 or 6 hours we were here a day. So that was always nice to see, especially when you're seeing people grow, and they're moving on to college, and they're gonna start doing their own thing. So, she was one of them. I would say Francis was another one. Andrew, like a lot of the I have to pat myself in the back. A lot of the good workers worked under me. Including Facelin, which was Francis' sister. She went on to the NYPD, so she had to leave to do her career. She was trying to do that for a while. So we've had a good cast of employees. So that was been pretty good. And every time you come in, I always bother you and ask you questions, but it's to make sure that you're on the right track.
Yeah. That's true.
So tell us what this thing that you're doing, because I've seen you 2 weeks in a row here, and you're volunteering some time. It's not really volunteering. You have to do something for school.
Yeah.
What is it? What's the program called?
So I'm minoring in early childhood education for the simple fact that Lehman does not offer a major in early childhood education.
Boo, Lehman. Boo.
For real.
Okay.
Because I would definitely be majoring in early childhood education, but I have to minor in it instead. And currently,
You could always do psychology. That's psychology you need for anything that has to do with education.
That's crazy because I'm actually majoring in sociology because psychology just had too many.
I had too many credit. You had too much books. You had to buy or something.
I was like, God. I'm not gonna read that much.
She was saying, I can't read 2 books. It's over.
Yeah, so I mean, sociology requires more field work where you're observing other places versus psychology. You have to be sitting down and understanding the human brain, but that's besides the point. I'm working currently on a CBO, which stands for Community-Based Organization, and I decided to do it on Kips Bay because I know it's a nonprofit organization that offers many, many different programs to the kids between the ages of 6 to 18, I believe. And I said, what better opportunity than to do it in a place where I used to work at, and yeah, I had a feel for what I was getting myself into.
Plus, it was probably just the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. You know, if I had to do something that had to do with kids or volunteering, I'm coming right here.
It's true.
Coming right here because, you know, not only that, I mean, we say it's easy and all that stuff. You still have to volunteer. You still have to do it. Mm-hmm. And it's just that you're in a building that's comfortable and you know a lot of staff. It's hard to just go to, you know, let's say a church and do something because they have, you know, it's whoever walks in. At least here, you know, you're going to get, you know, 15, 20 kids in a group or something like that.
Right.
So you could observe different things as opposed to, you know, oh, you can't come in on Tuesdays, we're not open and stuff like that.
Right. And it's a refresher. Like, I'm happy for this opportunity. It refreshes my memory on how to deal with kids, you know, how to be of service to each and every one of them, because something I've learned in studying early childhood education is that each child is an individual. You can't treat them like as one shoe fits all.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know that. I know that as a parent. I mean, I didn't go to college for that, but I could tell you, I got three kids, and they're all different.
Yeah.
I said my son, I say it, and somebody might hear this podcast and say I'm crazy. My son was an angel, and he's 22 years old. I got a 7-year-old. I don't understand her. I don't understand her. And then I have a 3-year-old she's wonderful. So I got all spectrums of you know, my children, and it's such a mess. It's just a mess.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, you know, being able to deal with all the different personalities. I feel like that's the beauty and everything. Working. And
then I think my wife probably got 2 personalities herself, so I'm probably dealing with a couple of different ones that I shouldn't be with. But yeah, you know, dealing with people in general. If you're not a people's person, you can't be in a field like this.
Yeah,
you have to sometimes even listen more than you speak. And that's not for everyone. Mm-hmm. So I like to speak, but I also like to listen, especially when you're speaking to young children, because you don't know what they're saying, you don't know what point they're trying to get across. So it's very easy to speak over them, but it's harder to listen.
And they're not any different from you and I. You know, it's harder for them sometimes to get their ideas together, and being able to sit down and understand them. That's beautiful. That's wonderful.
All right, well, I have a couple of questions that are just odd, but I think that, you know, just to break the ice a little bit.
Yes.
I just want to ask you a couple of things. If I was doing an interview, like a formal interview, I usually would throw in a couple of crazy questions just to, you know, get you off your toes. And this is one of them. What is the oddest job that you ever taken to earn a buck?
Oddest job.
Yeah, you know, like in the work field, like you ever did, you know, wash dishes, you were a car wash.
Okay, fine. The oddest job I've taken is definitely Chipotle.
Oh, but you used to bring me food, so that's not odd. I remember. Oh, man, I miss you. I miss you so much.
That's not a job I would definitely ever go back to. That's not.
No?
No.
It was rough?
Very. Customer service. Like, customer's always right.
Yeah, I mean, I was in retail for 28 years. But the difference between where I was at was the customer wasn't always right.
Really?
Yeah. I made sure when they were wrong, they were very wrong. And when they say, "Could I speak to the manager?" I was like, "I am the manager." And then we're like, "I'm gonna get you fired." I was like, "It's not gonna happen." So I was kind of rude with them. When they got rude with me, I was rude with them.
That did not work with me at all. That was like, and then it was also so, okay, not to brag about myself, but I'm a very well-rounded person. If you tell me to do something, I'm going to do my best to.
You're gonna try.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my best. Yeah, try to do it the way that you want me to do it, the way that you envision it. And so in every job, it doesn't matter whether I don't like it, I'm going to do my 110%. So when I used to work at Chipotle, because I was that person, I moved up in ranking very quickly.
Oh yeah, I remember. You was like making guacamole one day. The next day you was general manager.
Yeah. And so since I was that person, they used to put me in hours of like, oh, here, you have to do this, you have to do that. And I would just be switching shifts during like the span of 4 hours that I was never in a still place. I was never just serving people. So I didn't like the fact that I would have to wake up early to open the store, and then that same day they'll be like, oh, can you stay for a couple more hours, and then close the store. Like, that's not something I enjoyed at all. I didn't. And then doing dishes, I would get cut all the time. It's not a fun job.
Well,
Behind the scenes.
No. But shout out to Chipotle because they do make a good product.
Listen, you work there and you get tired of the food real quick.
Well, I guess that's like if someone, they always say if you worked at McDonald's you wouldn't eat McDonald's, which would probably be true.
I was eating Chipotle when I first started working there. I ate Chipotle every day. My favorite thing was a quesarito. When you go there, order it.
I don't know. I don't have time to be playing around with my dish. I get my bowl, I get my meat, get my guac, my extra sauce.
It's like a bowl, though. I'll tell you. All
right, tell me off the screen. My stomach is already growling. All right, I got another icebreaker, and then we'll go back to your regular interview.
Yes.
If you could be a personal assistant to someone, who would it be? It could be for any reason. It could be because you just want to trail this person, you really want to learn from this person, or it could just be just because you think that person's going to be fun and maybe even help your career. So,
okay, it would be definitely this guy that does podcasts. His name is Rob. I really don't know his last name.
When you said this guy that makes podcasts, I thought it was going to be me. I ain't going to lie to you. I was like, I know she's not going to do it. And she's going to say me. She shot me down. So I thought you were trying to find like a nice way to say it, like, oh, this guy does podcasts, and I was about to cry and everything, I was about to hit the button, like, okay, all right. This guy does Rob. All right, I'm sorry. It's not me.
So Rob, I don't know. Oh, his name is Rob Dial. There you go.
Okay, Rob Dial. I'll give you a little clap. I'm coming for you, Rob. I'm coming for you.
He's like I've never seen him, but he's so influential. It's like,
I don't know who he is, but I want to know who he is now.
And he does. He helps people with businesses, grow their businesses. He helps people with self-improvement in their lives, help with meditation, or like key factors in order to stay focused on a daily basis.
Okay, I'm gonna answer that same question to myself because I just thought of if I had to be someone's personal assistant, and I think that it would be a job where I could follow the person around and learn from them, and at the same time have some fun at the job. I would say I would want to be Howard Stern's personal assistant.
Who's Howard Stern?
All right, I'm going to end this podcast right now. Howard Stern is a radio legend. He's on Sirius Radio now. Really? He's been on the radio forever, ever. I've been listening to him since I was like 17 years old. So he's a personality. I mean, he was really, really wild and raunchy when he was younger. Now he's not as wild and raunchy. But I still listen to the show. And it's always interesting, his interview techniques, the way he treats the staff, the way he gets people to open up and give stories. Now, mind you, he's on the radio at 6 in the morning. So from 6 in the morning to about 11 o'clock for 4 hours, he's on the radio talking. That's all he does. So there's nothing else. I mean, he has a cast and stuff like that of people around him, but he basically, runs the circus. So for me to see something like that and be his personal assistant, I think that I would learn a lot from the radio business, which is, similar to podcasting and interviewing and stuff like that.
Right,
So that'll be my, if I had to be someone's personal assistant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always like learning from people. That's like my goal thing to do.
Yeah, well, you should always be eager to learn until you can't learn no more. And by that time, that's when someone's praying over you. So if you're not eager to learn, then this planet was not made for you.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I know I took up enough of your time. You're trying to do a service here, so you're giving me 15 minutes of your time, so that's good enough. Thank you very much for being open, for answering my questions, for trying the podcast.
Thank
and
you.
Good luck with what you're doing. You always check in with me, so I'll find out. And if you ever go back to Chipotle, you can always give me a call. And, you already know my order. And, you can always bring that over. I'm here, Monday to Friday. For now, because, New York might close up again, so we don't know. I have to drop the bomb on you. But thank you very much. Say goodbye. And hopefully you listen to this podcast, because she only listened to 50 out of the 109. So I'm going to mix it in to your other 59, and hopefully she'll find it by the time she listens to this.
I'm going to listen to the rest. I promise.
Okay. I can't threaten her with firing her or nothing. So, all right. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Have a good holiday and be safe out there.
Ish.
And good luck in everything you're doing. And, hope Dad is doing better and all that good stuff.
Yes,
all right?
you.
Okay.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check.
And we're out of here.